And the good thing about playing with this type of conversion is that it feels and looks like real drum. With the cheaper electronic drum pads, it just feels like it hit a piece of wood. And try whacking on a piece of wood for a couple hours. Alright, now we are going to work on the kick drum. Kick drum we're going to do differently from the rest of the toms and the snare. I'm using a 2x4 cross member because you don't want to use something flimsy and something that's going to vibrate and it's going to cause the piezo transducer to double click, and you're going to have like a bunch of clicking. You're going to get really bad results from it. Shooting down the cross member to the drums, and yeah, f my ass. And I'm shooting down the 3/4 of an inch plywood, and I'm making sure it's sturdy because I don't want that thing to move. Now I'm soldering all my connections to the solder all your connections. Make sure you glue everything down. Use some good glue. Don't use the cheap stuff. You don't want your drum kit wiggling apart on you while you're playing. I'm putting some electric tape on the edge right where the wires is, so when you're beating on it you don't cut through the wire. And yeah, now for this head I'm took a different approach, and I sewed around some water tubing, some small tubing, some 1/4 inch tube. Makes it flexible, easier to work with, and I was able to save the old head for the kick drum because that was still in good condition. Is that thing's dying still? And yeah, I don't know where I'm at. And by no means am I saying that this is better than an acoustic drum kit. It's just you have your advantages and some disadvantages. Because with electronics, something can go wrong. It takes longer to hook up because you got to set up your drum kits, and then you got to wire it up to a drum module. But again, with acoustic drum kits, you have to mic it up. So it's all preference, really. But personally, I think an acoustic drum kit sounds better. Alright, and we are working on the E cymbals. I'm using some mute pads to deaden the cymbals and some galvanized sheet for the choke. I'm using some really thin double-sided tape. Pick that up anywhere. I'm using an ohm meter to ohm contacts. What you want is the choke plate to make contact with the cymbal when you put pressure on it. And you wire it up just like this. Very simple. I'm using masking tape to get the shape and form of the cymbal, and I'm cutting out a mute pad so I can tape it onto the cymbal, and just put some duct tape around there. You can use gaff tape, that looks better, really. I just have duct tape, I don't have any gaff tape, so you gotta use what you got.